The year 2050 might seem like a lifetime away, and predicting what the world could look like in 30 years from now is no easy task. A lot can change in a single decade, let alone 3. However, we do have a few clues that could be painting us a pretty accurate picture. In today's video, we're looking at what the world will look like in the year 2050. But before that, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Let's get started. Transportation. What will transportation look like in 2050? It's no secret that we're already moving towards all new cars being electric. This isn't a trend that requires a futurist to predict. But did you know that by 2050, more than 50% of the vehicles on the road are predicted to be EVs? And that's not all. Not only will car travel be greener, but it will be smarter too. Self-driving cars are making leaps and bounds in terms of development. And by 2050, we can expect self-driving vehicles to be a part of everyday life. Most trucking will be undertaken by autonomous holders, working day and night, only stopping to load up their batteries on high-speed charges. Buses and taxis will also be replaced by autonomous vehicles, all using advanced AI to navigate their way through busy city streets. Even our personal cars could be geared more towards being driven around, as opposed to actually driving around. It is expected that we will see the vehicles with stowaway steering wheels and more legendary social seating arrangements. All areas of travel could be vastly different by the year 2050. Uber Elevate should be in full swing, allowing people to travel via air in and around cities. Elon Musk's Hyperloop could potentially be in place, which will see passengers traveling at speeds of over 700 miles per hour through giant low-pressure tubes between cities, states, and even countries in record time. Travel as a whole will essentially be faster, more efficient, and better for the environment if all goes to plan. And if billionaires such as Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos have their way, traveling to space might be a possibility too. Space tourism seems like a fun idea to most of us. However, there are a number of companies working towards making stints in space a legitimate travel business by 2050. Space tourism will likely be reserved for the ultra-rich for the foreseeable future. But by 2050, a trip into orbit to the International Space Station or even to the moon might be as easy as purchasing a long-haul flight to other countries. SpaceX, Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, and a few others are all pushing the envelope to make space tourism a reality. SpaceX is even due to take Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa around the moon as early as 2023. Although this is an incredibly optimistic date, to say the least. Technology is certainly keeping up with the forward-thinking, ambitious minds of today. But whether or not this is entirely a good thing is yet to be discovered. Workplace. In the year 2050, technology will dominate the workplace with artificial intelligence and smart assistants being commonplace, while the use of augmented and virtual reality continues to increase. Everything will be smart, connected, and data-driven. The vast majority of us will continue working the same way we are today, but the jobs on offer will be ones that haven't yet been invented. Emotional intelligence and human skills such as perpetual learning will be crucial for leaders to possess, as well as fluency with the latest technologies. Work will increasingly become more fluid as some employees will be virtual, some will be full-time, some will be bots, and we will all be working non-fixed hours. As with any kind of change, there will be pros and cons. Those who work in routine jobs are likely to struggle to make sure they can stay relevant in the new world of work. The advantage is that this will give us more time to focus on the human aspects of work, such as building relationships, being creative, deep thinking, and practicing skills like empathy and self-awareness. Technology will help us make organizations more personable. This also means that we need to get more comfortable with using technology, such as bots and AI in our work, a cause of tension and fear for some. And what about working hours? It depends if you're a knowledge worker or working in industries like retail. Flexible work arrangements are already being implemented at organizations around the world. The advantages are far-ranging, from improving employee satisfaction, productivity, and tenure, to being able to attract and retain top talent. The potential disadvantages here are making sure that employees can stay accountable for delivering high-quality work while feeling like they're a part of the team, dealing with isolation, and ensuring effective communication and collaboration. Shopping. A huge development in online commerce could come to all thanks to improvements in drone technology. Amazon is pushing a new initiative known as Prime Air, which is a prospective delivery service that will deliver packages of 5 pounds or less via drone to your doorstep in less than 30 minutes. Prime Air is already being tested and is deep into development, so by 2050, autonomous drone delivery is more than likely to be a standard service. Unless our foreseeable future is littered with deadly viruses and more worldwide pandemics. One thing that is for certain is that the global population will increase significantly. There are currently around 7.8 billion people on this little planet we call Earth, and by 2050, this number is predicted to rise to a staggering 9.7 billion. With cities bursting at the seams, agriculture being pushed to its limit, and government services at maximum capacity, making room for an additional 1.9 billion humans is not going to come easy. The extra mouths to feed, bodies to clothe, and people to house will certainly see some big changes in these industries. More people essentially means that the planet will need more of everything, which will most likely fuel the big raging fire we like to call climate change. Global warming is a legitimate threat. It's only going to be more noticeable by the year 2050. That is, if we do nothing about it. Getting the planet carbon neutral is a long shot for sure, but it is possible. As a result, by 2050, the majority, around 86% of the planet's energy, will most likely be derived from renewable sources, such as solar and wind. With various breakthroughs in renewable energy, we may even see the burning of fossil fuels for electricity being voided entirely. For example, ocean thermal energy, which at the moment is mostly an untapped resource, is predicted to become a big player in the world's energy production in the next 30 years, being one of the few constant energy sources available day and night year-round. Ocean thermal energy has the potential to outcompete fossil fuel-based generation and renewables that require storage and grid balancing. Green energy will certainly help to bring the planet's carbon footprint down to a minimum and will also further encourage the entire transport sector to go green as well. Personal assistants. Personal assistants have rapidly developed throughout the 21st century. To begin with, they could only answer primitive questions. In 2019, voice assistants were as dumb as a box of rocks. But by 2021, they'd mastered the art of recognizing and transcribing speech, with punctuation marks too. They could understand the meaning of a text and recite it so realistically that it was almost indistinguishable from a human. This led to half of the office activities being automated. PAs began to take minutes, write post-meeting reports, summarize lengthy documents, and consciously digest and recapitulate the contents of messages. They also plan your day, schedule meetings, and even order lunch. Thanks to machine learning, PAs are fully adapted to their owners' personalities, increasingly penetrating every aspect of their lives. It all began with assisting with office work, and by the mid-2040s, PAs will become an integral part of everyday life by monitoring their owners' diets, planning trips abroad, buying gifts for friends and family, and more. But it's not as rosy as it seems. The human-PA relationship has spawned a plethora of psychological issues and communication difficulties between real people. However, a specially trained AI psychologist is on hand to help us cope. Paradoxically, it's just another voice assistant. There is definitely a lot to look forward to between today and 2050, and potentially a lot to be worried about if things don't go to plan. Advancements in technology are inevitable and welcome. However, we can only hope that these advancements will push us away from rising sea levels, animal extinction, and record-breaking summers, and towards a better, more prosperous future. So guys, what do you think will change or happen in 2050? Let us know your predictions in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and thank you so much for watching.